Good morning and welcome to the Dunton Homestead. So today my project is to try to get at least one of the strawberry beds constructed that I have purchased. I got a real sweet deal on a set of two for the price of what one normally is for a raised bed. Not very large raised bed. Just I don't know, a foot. I can't remember the measurements on them. Put them together. My plan is to extend my strawberry bed, putting one going across to the other walkway. I don't know if both of them are going to fit or if I'll have to have one that's going sideways this way. Now my plan is to thin out the two beds that I have. Strawberry is a great multiplier, so they'll grow continuously and have new plants. I gave away a bunch of plants last year to folks at church, and I also took a bunch of plants from this bed and put them into this bed that I had made, which as you can see is overrun with weeds. The problem I had this year is I was keeping up on the weeding. I gave up when they stopped producing. For the size of those two beds, I should have gotten a lot more strawberries out of them when I did. Every time I went to harvest strawberries, I was probably throwing away a third to 2/3 of what I was picking because they were all eaten up by bugs, some insects, slugs. It was just, they were infested, and it kind of bummed me out. I wanted a lot of fresh eating. I was hoping for, strawberry shortcake desserts in the evening. I wanted to make way more jam than what I did. I think I made one batch of jam, and I mean the fresh eating was just like picking them here and there. I did a little bit more research to figure out what I can do to deter the pest. I've done the beer poured in a pan to like draw all the insects into the pan and they drown. Put DE on it once, which is supposed to be an all-natural thing. I just didn't feel good about it, but I was getting desperate. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that again. So what I did learn is that if you can interplant them with other things that that insects don't like, you might have some success. So that's my plan. Onions are supposed to be one of the things that insects do not like. So I have a bunch started here that will need to be going in within the next month or so. I have already interplanted some of those onions in with my beets. They're supposed to be good companion plants in the new raised beds that I got when Rick got all that free wood and he got crates. So I have some in there. Because I'm always worried I'm not going to get as many onions as I want, I went ahead and just kind of like scattered some in this box here. This box is unplanted because I'm saving that for the garlic. Garlic and onions do not do well together. And this is my carrots, which are, again, a fail. Can't seem to grow carrots to save my life. And there will probably also be garlic going in there, since how the carrots aren't doing anything. So this is what I'm working on today, to get at least one of the garden beds set up, if the rain holds off, and then I'll fill it with compost. I'm also going to line it with the ground cover to try to keep down on the weeding, and we'll go from there. What I'll be doing is thinning out the plants. Probably this one is the most densely one. I'll be pulling plants out of here and just I won't be buying any plants. I'll just be putting them into the new beds and then going ahead and transplanting those onions right in with them. This kit came with one page of directions, which were fairly easy to follow just by looking at the diagrams. Wasn't a whole lot of instructions. The biggest problem I had was the hardware that I was working with, the little bolts that go with the little tiny screws. A lot of times they did not fit the screws. There was like something in the die casting or whatever it is. They just didn't quite fit. So that was an issue. Would have been a bigger issue if they didn't send lots of extra parts, which they did, thankfully. So this garden kit for the raised beds, they did send some handy dandy gloves. I recommend using them if you do get this type of galvanized metal, large sharp edges. I've drawn blood twice so far. This one's a deep one, which kind of stinks because I'm trying to finish a baby blanket before next Wednesday, crocheting, and this is going to put a damper on that. But I'm almost on the second one. So if you buy a kit and it has gloves, I suggest you wear them if you're as accident prone as I am. If there's a way to cut myself, I will find a way to do it. I am very good at cutting myself and very good at bleeding a lot. I'm also very good at losing small pieces of hardware. I did manage to get them both finished, more or less. If I could remember what brand they are, I would be happy to not recommend them to you. They are made from another country, a country where we're known to get things for cheap. Whenever I'm searching for something that I want to buy, I'm always looking for American made. I always have a hard time finding anything that's American made, at least in my price range. I'm willing to pay 30% more for American made if I can find it. The problem is finding it. We don't manufacture a whole lot of things that I need. I did find some garden tools, homesteading tools, things that would be helpful. I bought two things. One's an edger, and one would be like the garden fork. That's what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. I found it a company called Bully, which is American made, and well worth the money. Not too much more expensive than things that you could find that they sell in countries where the government doesn't necessarily like us Americans here. I think the people think we're okay, but the government itself. So I try to buy American made whenever I can, so I'm not supporting the types of governments that are opposite of what our government is supposed to be. Not necessarily the way it is right now, but the way that the big old yellow piece of paper says it's supposed to be. So that's it for today's video. I just want to remind you that if you're in the Carolinas region, anywhere in the area, October 7th, or you'd like to be, October 7th, is where you should be in South Carolina, Clemson, South Carolina. It's about 3.5 hours from me. There is the Farm Where You Live Homestead Festival, and great place to go if you want to meet up with other like-minded people, if you're into this sort of thing. I have an affiliate link in the description, so you can go ahead and get tickets. I am an affiliate with them. And Rick and I will be there, and we hope to see you there too. Have a good day. Be a blessing. Be blessed.